Hi, people. It is officially summer. We are in the summer months. And now, as we drive in the summer, it is now time to watch some Simpsons hit and run, while at the same time, we talk about season 4 of The Simpsons.
God, it's been such a long time since we did an omnibus, didn't we, y'all?
Yeah.
I can't even remember the last time. But, yeah, well, season 3 was the love season. Season 4 is more the crusty season, I would say. Because the season begins and ends with a crusty-centric episode. But in the other news, I got a new computer desk. So we've spent 4 hours putting this thing together. It's got LED lighting on it now. So if I ever wanted to buy some LED signs and then put them next to my bed or something, then I can get some LED showings on my webcam.
Nice.
But in the meantime, let's get down to this omnibus, shall we? This PC will be built soon. I just have to wait. In fact, my friend just texted me now, so I'm going to text him really quick.
Okay.
The reckoning has begun. And our dear audience, we all know you want Sylph to run over some Millhouse.
No, you want that.
The audience wants that.
We don't know if Sketchy wants
Sketchy! Hey, dude!
Hey, Sketchy. We were talking about you in the chat.
Anyway, the first episode that we will talk about is Camp Krusty, spelled with 2 Ks, and thankfully not 3. So and funny enough, it takes place during the summer. So what an appropriate time to be talking about a Simpsons episode that takes place in the summer.
And I'm a goofy goober today.
So Bart and Lisa in this episode, well, Bart really wants to go, but he's got to deal with Homer that he has to get at least the C average. Yes, that's at the very end of the episode. Sketchy. We haven't even started with this. The heading parts. Yeah, so he has to get a C average in order to get it. And then he ends up getting all Ds. And then he tries to change it. He's like, look, Lise, all A's. And of course, Homer doesn't believe it, but he's like, I didn't want you hanging around this summer anyway. You can go to
water on my carpet.
And while the kids are gone, like Homer goes through a transformational change. He loses weight. He's starting to grow hair on his head.
Till they come back, then it goes the hell and back.
Well, his libido is about the energy level of a porn star, because he's having sex with Marge in the shower, in the bed, in the park.
Like they were teenagers all over again.
Yeah.
At the mini golf course.
Oh no, that's a season 9 episode.
Oh God, I remember that one though.
But so they're all excited to go to camp, all the kids, and then they find out it's being run by this guy named Mr. Black.
Oh God,
Mr. Black.
And then it's Kearney, Jimbo, and Dolph who are being the camp counselors, and so they pretty much run the entire camp like it's a concentration camp, you could say.
Oof.
Yeah, they make them create Chinese wallets for no pay. They can't go river rafting because the boat breaks. They have to sing corporate Camp Krusty songs saying how much they love the camp.
Oh boy.
And at one point, Bart is like rocking back and forth, holding his Krusty doll, going, "Krusty is coming, Krusty is coming, Krusty is coming." Because they all been promised that Krusty will show up at the camp. And even Lisa tries to write a letter to Mom saying, save us now.
Meanwhile, Mama's getting her freak on.
Yeah, no, they're like, no, yeah, because they're reading the letter while they're having sex, and they're like, fuck it. So finally they get Krusty to show up, but it's actually Barney in a clown disguise.
No!
And so that's when all the children start to revolt and they take over the camp and they call it Camp Bart. And it gets so much attention, it gets put on the news where Ken Brockman has to interview him. And as soon as Homer sees Bart on TV, he loses all of his hair and he gains all of his weight back.
Damn, son.
So they have to fly in Krusty from Wimbledon because he was at a tennis tournament the entire time this was going down.
Damn.
And he admits to all the kids, they drove a dump truck of money up to his house. And they was like, okay, yeah, just name the camp after me as long as you give me the money. And so to make up for it, Krusty's like, okay, get ready, kids, to go for the next 2 weeks. You're going to go to the happiest place on earth. Tijuana!
Woo!
So many pictures that they take. But none of them drink, thankfully. All right, next episode. This is A Streetcar Named Marge. If anybody,
I love this one.
a musical. Well, first of all the family's watching a Miss Springfield pageant. And Marge admits, like, family, I'm gonna go audition for a play. It's A Streetcar Named Desire. And it's like, yeah, whatever. And at first, like, she's like, and where do you think you're going, Marge? I told you I'm going to audition for a play. I don't remember you saying that. Oh, I could have sworn I told you. Kids, back me up here. We didn't hear you, Mom. I'm sorry, Homer.
Did they just gaslight Marge?
Yes, they did. They straight up gaslit her, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. Who is my person? Fuck.
So she still goes, and John Lovitz, who was a well-known Saturday Night Live actor in the early 90s, he guest stars in this, playing Llewellyn Sinclair, the director of the play. And John New comes in saying, here. We will get to a Duff episode eventually down the line. So Flanders ends up getting the role of Stanley because he's the most buff out of every guy that's in there. Every guy is pretty much big and fat.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, Flanders has got like a six-pack. He's like, you're my Stanley. Ah, diggity. What do you think of that, Marge, huh? Stella. Oh, he's also best known for playing Jay Sherman the Critic, yes, which will be a season 6 episode crossover.
May he rest in peace. If you don't know, his wife murdered him.
No, that's Phil Hartman you're thinking of.
Oh.
John Lovitz is still alive. I did meet John Lovitz in person. He actually did come to my job at one point, and let's just say he was a giant dick to the one meteorologist who wouldn't pick up his pickup lines. Anyway, so he decides to cancel the play because all the women suck at singing. He's like, thank you for nothing. Hey, Camp Krusty. How do you know? We just talked about that episode.
Yeah, we did.
That's why I went over here.
Oh, yes, the infamous weight loss center. Oh, it's nourishing gruel. Anyway, so Marge is on the what's the term? Why did the game freeze?
Still?
Oh no.
What the fuck happened?
Sasha above got her. Got him.
Is it still going?
It's froze. Okay.
It's very laggy now.
All right, hold on a sec. I'm gonna see if closing some stuff will.
Okay. Jesus. We just thought your power went out for a hot minute.
I was just thinking,
no,
like,
it's
how many tabs do you have open?
Just one, but I also have a game running because I'm trying to get some stuff finished in that.
Oh, well, that will do it too.
Which one is it? Like Genshin, Honkai, Star Rail? Which one?
Reverse 1999.
Oh. That was close.
Yeah, you can't be running 2 games at once. Computers can't handle that shit.
It's kind of like me trying to play one game while having Death Road to Canada playing.
Hold my beer. I will figure this out how to run 2 games at once.
Right, better?
Yep.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
closed
so-
Firefox. Oh, my car's stuck. Never mind.
So as he's about to cancel the play, Marge is on the phone. It's like, "Oh, Homer, I didn't get the part. All right, I'll come home and pick up a bucket of fried chicken. Yes, extra skin, barbecue sauce." John Lovitz just grabs the phone and says, "Stop bothering my Blanche."
Oh, now I remember who the fuck you're talking about. Okay.
Yes, she gets the part because she's being gaslit over the phone.
Everybody's like freaking gaslighting her all of a sudden.
Don't gaslight Marge. She's gonna go
How the
off
fuck
like
do you get
Roman
extra
candle.
skin?
I have no clue. It's a Homer thing.
Probably like extra of the panko breading for the chicken.
Oh, okay. That
Basically, the skin is the best part of the KFC, apparently.
Just like, you're talking about like that one where Cartman ate all the skin from the episode of South Park?
Yes, because the skin is the best part.
Best part. I mean, any kind of fried chicken. I mean, fuck. Yesterday, my work had fried chicken for lunch.
I know, fried chicken is delicious.
Which meat do you like, Circus? Light or dark?
Doesn't matter, as long as it's chicken.
Well, I'm a dark meat kind of girly, but... Anyways...
I'm over here trying to pick out luggage. Fuck's sake.
Okay, so... Oh, my friend just texted me. So, it can either be a Sunday or a Wednesday that he can build this computer.
Woo!
Anyway.
Elliot.
So, Marge has to get, meanwhile, Maggie has to be placed in a daycare called the Ian Rand School for Tots.
Didn't they, like, throw her in a ball pit?
Yes. And by the way, the sister is also played by John Lovitz. So Maggie decides to lead a rebellion against the caretaker, because she confiscated all of the baby's pacifiers.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, that's when she tries to do it the first time, the caretaker just puts her in the playpen, and that's where she throws the ball.
Hi, Elliot.
Doesn't that almost feel like it sounds like the Great Escape, kind of?
I don't know. I never saw The Great Escape. So after coming home from her audition, which is a failure because, like, she's not really getting down the character of Blanche. She's just like, "I will twist this bottle in your face. Come on, Marge." Like, I just don't understand the character. Can't you just take his abuse with gentle good humor?
Ooh.
No, Marge.
Not this day and age.
So Marge asks Homer to help her learn her lines. However, he refuses by revealing that he's more interested in his handheld bowling game and orders her to get him a beer.
Well, fuck
No.
you too, woman.
Marge refuses and heads to Ned's house instead. The day before the performance, Marge and Ned are again practicing the bottle scene as Homer arrives to drive Marge home. Homer repeatedly interrupts the rehearsal and is subsequently kicked out by Sinclair's bodyguards. He then heads back to his car and honks for Marge to come out. Finally fed up with Homer's impatience, she just pictures Ned as it just pictures Ned as Homer, and then she's like, "I'll twist this bottle in your face," and then just lunges at him. Just lunges at Ned.
Reminding me never to piss this bitch off.
Oh, Sketchity is a Popeyes man. I hate they got rid of the green beans. Well, practically any vegetable in a fast food place is not really a vegetable.
We didn't. I don't think we had a Popeyes in my town, but I know we used to have a Long John Silver's, but that's gone now.
Our Long John Silver's gone, so is our Popeyes here.
Oh, fuck, I killed it, finally.
Yeah, that thing is a pain in the ass, ain't it?
Especially since it's been a long time since I played this, so I don't have the controls down as well.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right,
No
so
house and kick his ass.
So at dinner that night, Marge talks about the play and the kids are impressed. However, Homer shows his disinterest and demands she opens his pudding can. Fed up with his lack of appreciation, she leaves for Ned's house and tells Homer to open his own can of pudding. After Marge leaves, he attempts to do so, but the pull tab for the can breaks off on his finger.
Oh.
Desperate, he shouts next door and goes, "Marge! Hey, Marge!" He's like, "Keep yelling, you big ape." Now, let's rehearse the bottle scene again. Breaks the glass. I was like, let's not say we did, huh? So the next day at the school for tots, Maggie again attempts to regain the pacifiers and this time succeeds. The caretaker's forced to admit defeat when she sees all the babies sucking on their pacifiers. And when Homer goes to pick her up, it's a scene right out of The Birds, the Alfred Hitchcock movie. If anybody's ever seen the ending to The Birds movie, it's basically just the main characters just walking over the birds before they leave the house, afraid that they're going to attack them. So anyway, so they get to the play, and by the way, this episode had a lot of controversy because the opening musical number, they decide to do a musical number about how much New Orleans sucks.
Hey, that song is catchy, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, New Orleans didn't think so because there were a lot of people in New Orleans that said, "How dare you?" And so the writers had to apologize. And so the next episode, Bart actually wrote on the chalkboard, "I will not defame New Orleans," as a chalkboard gag. Also, the United Kingdom refuses to run this episode.
Oh.
Because of the Hurricane Katrina in 2005. So it's they will skip this episode on the BBC.
It sounds like it's their country. Jeez.
Hi, Elliot.
So anyway, they go through it the entire musical. At the end, Homer's just like looking down at the ground throughout the whole like applause. And Marge looks at this and just like, oh my God. He's so selfish he couldn't even keep his head up. And then finally Homer comes to greet her. It's like, yeah, I saw what happened with Blanche and how that guy Stanley should have been nice to her. And if she gets sent to the loony bin at the end of the musical when all she needed was for that guy to give her some respect.
I wonder who should do the same.
Oh, that's when he comes to that realization. He's like, I'm a lot like that guy.
That's like basically he's standing at a rearview mirror at this point.
Yep, so she basically forgives him at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the end of that episode.
I love how you guys are just like stuck on their self.
All right, so this one's called Homer the Heretic. So on a very cold Sunday morning, in a blizzard, Marge tries to get Homer out of bed, which interrupts his dream of swimming around in his mother's womb until her fluid drains and a hand reaches out inside her to get him out of the womb. Yeah.
What the fuck kind of dream is that?
It was a dream that turned into a nightmare.
Is this the episode that introduced Mona?
No.
Phil, you dropped some items.
I know. Gotta get them.
Anyway, so she's trying to gather the family to go to church, but Homer refuses and goes back to his bed after his bed after ripping his pants. He's like,
"You the SpongeBob mean?"
It's like, I'm a big toasty cinnamon bun.
I never want to leave this bed. I love that meme.
Me too.
So Marge takes the kids to church in the freezing cold. When Bart asks where their dad is, Marge just states he's resting. He's like, resting hungover, resting got fired. Help me out here. So after the toasty cinnamon bun meme, he finally gets up to go use the bathroom and has fun with the house all to himself. He pees with the door open.
What?
Yeah, my dad used to do that shit.
He's like, I'm whizzing with the door open, and I love it. He curses while he's in the shower. He cranks up the heat in the house, and then he does a scene right out of Risky Business with Tom Cruise. Like, who wears short shorts? I wear short shorts. He makes his patented space-age, out-of-this-world moon waffles. He wins a radio trivia contest. He watches an episode of The Three Stooges, followed by a boring roundtable talk show that gets preempted for a football game, and finds a penny all under the couch. At that point, all of which are his new best day of his life, next to marrying Marge and a time where he happily ran under a fountain of beer from an overturned tanker truck.
Go, Homer.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Marge, the kids, and the rest of the congregation shiver their way through the service and a rambling sermon due to the furnace not working, only to find themselves trapped at the end because the door is frozen shut. To make matters worse, even after they leave, Marge is unable to start the car due to the cold weather. They finally get home cold, and Homer tells Marge he's had the best day of his life, all thanks to skipping church. Marge is shocked to hear this and tries to insist to the children that Homer is just kidding. Homer says he means it and declares he's no longer going to church, which she is horrified to hear. While trying
Welcome
to clean
the secular world, Homer.
Yep.
While trying to clean the waffle iron, Marge is very angry with Homer for giving up on his faith by no longer going to church. And then Homer says, Well, what's the big deal about going to some building every Sunday? I mean, isn't God everywhere? And doesn't the Lord Almighty have better things to worry about than whether one person spends one measly hour of his day? And what if we pick the wrong religion? I mean, every week we're just making God madder and madder.
He ain't wrong, though.
And Bart agrees with everything that he says, which does not make Marge happy at all. Later that night, Marge prays for God to talk with Homer. Homer, meanwhile, falls asleep and has a dream where God appears to him. God is angry with Homer at first, but he calms down after Homer says, "Look, I'm not a bad guy. I work hard and I love my kids, so why should I spend half my Sunday learning about how I'm going to hell?" God sees Homer's point and agrees, ending the dream. Marge, Reverend Lovejoy, and the Flanders family all try to win Homer back to Christianity and fail, which is another meme where it's like, and you remember Matthew 21:17, and he left them and he returned to the city of Bethany where he lodged there. Yeah, think about it.
Wait, I could cheat this.
What? You're just like bum rushing himself?
Watching self crash into like people is making me hungry. For some reason.
While we're collecting dead skunks.
I guess.
That's what they look like, dead
I don't
skunks.
got it, but I'm close.
Ah!
Run, Forrest, run! You're dead.
Damn it.
I was really close that time, though.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab food.
All right, well, I'll wait till you get back then before I continue.
I'll be fine. Just go on.
Yeah. Oh. There goes one.
So Homer soon takes advantage of his new religion by taking a day off from work for the feast of maximum occupancy.
Maximum occupancy?
Yep. He invites Moe to join the religion, but he declines. Soon, the Flanders clan try to win Homer back with a song, but he refuses. Eventually, Homer tries to escape, and after a brief car chase, evades Flanders and ends up on a garbage barge. The next Sunday morning, Marge tells everyone to get ready for church, although Bart does question why their dad gets to stay home. She tells Homer that they need to raise their kids right, or she'll have to tell them their father is bad. Homer tries to insist there is someone like him who is good. Marge tells the kids they'll be in the car soon. Marge insists to Homer to not make her choose between him and God, but Homer claims she's just siding with someone else again, like she sides with Flanders, the water company, God. She does ask him once more if Homer will go to church with her and the kids, and he declines. At church, Reverend Lovejoy berates people like Homer and tells everyone to keep the Sabbath day holy, while Homer is once again at home while everyone else is at church. He smokes a cigar while reading Play Dude magazine, skipping an interview with Lorne Michaels for an installment of the Unabashed Dictionary. Homer eventually falls asleep, and the lighted cigar... Oh, yeah, this is the other meme. Boy, everybody is stupid except me. Homer eventually falls asleep, and the lighted cigar he was smoking at the time falls on one of the magazines. The hot ash ignites the paper, and it isn't long before the house is engulfed in flames.
Oh, this is fine.
Yep, this is fine. The meme.
Homer wakes up to find the house in flames, panics, and succumbs to the thick smoke before trying to do the song. It was like, when a fire starts to burn, there's a lesson you must learn. Something, something, then you'll see. You'll avoid catastrophe. Apu spots the blaze and takes up his duties as part of Springfield's volunteer fire department, but not before putting his nephew Jobshed in charge of the Quickie Mart, who wields a shotgun to show that he's more of a threat to shoplifters than Dolph, Jimbo, and Kearney
Elliot,
realize.
you need to get the off my desk. Thank you.
Meanwhile, the Christian Ned tries to rescue Homer, the gesture of which Homer is touched by. Despite that, if the roles were reversed, Homer would be in a hammock laughing at Flanders as he screams for help in his burning house. After the fire department has extinguished the blaze, Homer fears that God was showing vengeance. But Reverend Lovejoy points out that God was actually working in the hearts of Homer's friends, despite their different faiths. Ned being Christian, Krusty the Clown being Jewish, and Apu being Hindu, although Reverend Lovejoy dismisses this as miscellaneous.
Wow, talk about rude.
Homer apologizes to those he was rude to and thanks them for saving his life when they could have let him burn.
Oh, fucking finally.
Yeah, that's a real pain in the ass. Yes, John Nick. We all love that quote.
Lovejoy convinces Homer to give church another try, which he agrees to. Homer is at church next Sunday, but sleeps through the service. God appears in his dreams again and consoles Homer on the failure of his religion and what the meaning of life really is. It's like, oh, Homer, I can't tell you that. Why not? You'll find out when you die. I can't wait that long. You can't wait 6 months? No, tell me now.
6 months? Damn, that went dark fast.
I will point out in this episode, God has 5 fingers, while every other character has 4. All right, next episode is called Lisa the Beauty Queen. So outside the Springfield Elementary School carnival, Principal Skinner nearly gets sued by the blue-haired lawyer.
Oh, for what?
Who normally represents Mr. Burns, but is representing Disney in this episode for using the happiest place on earth as the slogan.
I'm not surprised.
Skinner reveals to the blue-haired lawyer and his hired goons, who look like the ones who work for Mr. Burns, that he's an ex-Green Beret and takes them out with swift and brutal force. Copyright expired. At the carnival, Nelson finds it more fun to spray Martin with a water gun than play the carnival game the water gun is attached to. Bart nearly gets in trouble for running an unauthorized 3-card Monte booth. Groundskeeper Willie has no luck getting anyone to like the haggis he's selling. The Guess Your Age and Weight psychic is troubled that his prediction of Homer being 53 years old and 420 pounds is off by 17 years and 181 pounds.
Hey, 420 joke before it became a thing.
Otto flees to Mexico after crashing a carnival ride car into the side of the school. And Milhouse and Bart find a carnival spook house that's actually scary. An abandoned cabin with Dolph, Jimbo, and Kearney standing inside and ready to beat up anyone who comes in. Over at the caricature booth, Lisa gets a picture drawn by the...
What is Ralph doing? Oh, he's eating paste. He's drinking paste. And holding his stomach like he's pregnant. I don't know what he said.
Over at the caricature booth, Lisa gets her picture drawn by the sarcastic middle-aged jerk. When everyone laughs at it, she takes it as a sign that she's ugly. Homer enters a raffle where the grand prize is a ride on the Duff Blimp. Though Homer really wanted a shoe buffer that ended up going to Ned Flanders, Homer is overjoyed when he wins the grand prize. Back at home, Lisa is still upset that she's seen as ugly. Homer walks by the room and tries to console her, telling her that the caricature is not representative of what she actually looks like, but Lisa's too upset to listen to reason. Because she's like, oh, you're as cute as a button. Dads have to say that. No, they don't. Hey, Dad, am I as cute as a button? No, you're as muley as a horse's ass. Foreshadowing, John Nuke says. After discussing the concept of beauty with his buddies at Moe's, he sees an ad for the Little Miss Springfield pageant run by Laramie Cigarette CEO Jack Larson. The entry fee for the pageant is $250, but Homer is broke. He chooses to sell the Duff Blimp ticket to Barney, who receives money for being a lab rat for medical testing, thanks to animal rights activists protesting over real animals being used for experimentation, to get the money. Homer tells Lisa that he entered her in the Little Miss Springfield pageant and used her embarrassing caricature for the photo part of the application. Lisa refuses and runs crying out of the kitchen, despite Marge being concerned over Homer and Bart's
Nice.
being concerned over Lisa and Bart's lustful reaction to the girls who would be competing with Lisa. Homer believes that Lisa is beautiful enough to compete and win. Marge consoles Lisa, saying that she doesn't have to compete in the pageant if she doesn't want to, but Homer sacrificed his ticket to ride on the Duff Blimp just so he can afford the entry fee. Moved by his gesture, Lisa decides to go along with it.
Where is this pointing to? You see the problem
crosswalk.
here, right?
The crosswalk.
Yeah. It's not the crosswalk.
Yeah, it's the crosswalk.
No, it isn't. Because it's giving mixed messages.
All right,
I
don't know
love
where
how the
this
message is like, get your fat ass back in this bus.
I'm back.
Okay, this bus is a tank.
I
mean,
hope
yeah.
so. It's a goddamn bus.
This thing could
Okay,
take
so-
hits like a man, bro.
Did you that bus almost one-shotted that car?
Yeah, you almost won. That's because there was like that wall that was in the way.
Oh fuck.
Let's find Millhouse and get up with the bus.
Yeah.
I can find Millhouse.
Yeah.
So at the pageant signups, two girls warn Lisa about a formidable competitor, Amber Dempsey, a regular contestant who in the same week was crowned Pork Princess and Little Miss Kosher. If anybody doesn't get that joke, kosher means you can't eat pork.
I know.
Yeah.
Her secret weapon, eyelash implants, which are only legal in Paraguay, and battling them as much as possible to charm the judges. Lisa is worried that Amber will defeat her, but Marge suggests a day at the hair salon, which is called Turn Your Head and Coif, while Bart helps Lisa with all the tricks and tropes associated with beauty pageants, wiping away a tear, hugging the loser when the MC announces her as the winner, how to perfectly walk in heels, and using petroleum jelly on your teeth for a frictionless smile, alongside taping your swimsuit to your butt, which is called the ancient art of padding, and lifting his sister's spirits by saying she's not ugly.
Oh fuck you! Fuck you! Get away from me! Fuck you, Wiggum, you stupid pig! Get up!
Yeah! Damn it!
This is why we shouldn't trust self to drive a
Wait.
bus.
Look at that car! It's stuck in a building.
I thought that was part of the gimmick.
Come on, quit screwing around, Sylph. We're running out of time.
I know.
Miko, man.
Yeah, I don't got it.
Damn it.
Oh, avoid hitting traffic vehicles. Fuck you, man. I don't know why I did that voice.
You're You're channeling your inner Otto.
My cat's breath smells like cat food.
We're in danger.
I'm in danger.
Oh! Damn it! One more time.
Come on, one more time.
God
One more
damn
time
it, you
for
almost had
Elliot.
it. You almost had it, Sylph. Yeah!
I got this feeling in me. One more time.
Gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, alright. Sorry.
In danger.
I find it really funny. Like imagine
Yeah, I
while we're
gotta wait
chatting
for
about
my
this
meter to go
omnibus
down.
while we're all riding on Otto's bus, man.
All right. So, at the introductions, Amber wins over the crowd and judges with her eyelash implants. Apu's niece and Sanjay's daughter gets laughed at for announcing that she'll be playing MacArthur Park on the tabla. Apu and Sanjay still remain supportive of her, even after Dolph, Jimbo, and Kearney wheel off the squishy machine from the still open Quickie Mart in their latest act of petty crime, and her performance puts everyone to sleep. And Lisa vows that she'll use the title of Little Miss Springfield to make Springfield a better place.
How?
That's like $1 million question there, Circus.
Despite Lisa's rousing rendition of Proud Mary and all the practice and self-esteem building from her family, she loses to Amber Dempsey. However, at Amber's first appearance at an opening ceremony for her shop, which also is the site of Barney crashing the dump blimp a la the Hindenburg, complete with Kent Brockman screaming, "Oh, the humanity!" It starts to rain. While watching the ceremony at home, Marge worries that Amber's dress is going to get wet. Lisa's more concerned that the Little Miss Springfield scepter will act as a lightning rod, unless it's a plastic one. Lisa's proven wrong when Amber is struck by lightning so badly that she has to be taken to the hospital, where Dr. Hibbert personally crowns Amber as Little Miss Intensive Care. And Lisa steps in as the new Little Miss Springfield after Krusty teases her with the scepter and gets struck by lightning as well.
Oh, God.
As Little Miss Springfield, Lisa gets her own statue at the Springfield Wax Museum, whose torso was repurposed from sex therapist Dr. Ruth, with her head next to Mr. T's and Ronald Reagan's in the Chamber of Horrors. And gets whistles of admiration from every boy in her class, including Ralph. However, her role as Little Miss Springfield starts to get sketchy when she welcomes who she thinks are incoming immigrants, when really she's supposed to be sending off deportees, and gets chased off the stage of an USO show.
Look at this guy. This guy's fucking up his car.
Oh.
Where is it? Okay. Things come to a head when Jack Larson tells her she'll be riding a pack of cigarettes during a parade as a way to promote cigarettes to young people, as a lot of their regular older customers keep dying from the effects of cigarette smoking.
Well, no shit.
Oh, shit.
Lisa reluctantly rides the float, but after seeing kids, teenagers, and even Maggie smoking cigarettes, she stops the float out of outrage and announcing that she's using her position as Little Miss Springfield to fight back against social injustice, such as dog napping, pushing cigarettes on minors, mismanaging college funds needed for education and the arts, which leads a group of college nerds to go after football players until the headline reveals that the college nerds still got beat up.
Well,
And
that just
stopping
gives
Mayor-
the whole jocks versus nerds a whole new meaning.
And also stopping Mayor Quimby's corruption. Quimby and the Laramie officials meet to look for a way to dethrone Lisa as Little Miss Springfield and get Amber Dempsey, who is still implied to be in the hospital, though it's unknown whether or not she actually survived, reinstated. Lisa is stripped of her crown after one of the pageant officials discovers that Homer stupidly wrote "okay" under the "do not write anything below this space" part of the application. At home, Homer apologizes to Lisa for costing her the title, but she is grateful to him as he entered her in the contest because may have been drunk, and more importantly, because he wanted Lisa to feel better about herself after being humiliated over the carnival caricature. Lisa agrees to remember this the next time Homer ruins her life.
Oh, I can't steal that?
Nope.
Damn.
In that case...
Because it would have been funny if see Millhouse get run over by a cop car. I'm sorry. I really don't like Millhouse.
You're really obsessed with trying to run his ass over. It's like that one
Get out of the
thing
way,
with, like
Smithers.
it's like a Jeff Dunham thing with like Walter talking about his wife being on her menstrual cycle and running his ass over.
Wait, is this car even
Well, I
taking
did start my
damage?
menstrual cycle lately, so there you go, Booty.
Okay, yeah, no, it's not taking... That's an immortal car.
Indestructible.
All right, now we're getting to the Treehouse of Horror episode.
My faves.
So, in a spoof of the opening to Alfred Hitchcock Presents, Homer tells viewers that the following episode might be too scary and may give children nightmares. He then goes on a rant about how there are some crybaby viewers, religious types mostly, who might be offended over the show, and urges sensitive viewers out there to turn off the show if they so choose. He then mocks them by calling them chickens and gets the screen shut off. Over the black screen, Marge asks Homer if he called the viewers chickens. Homer denies it. Homer denies it and backs it up by swearing on a Bible until Marge points out that Homer has a book of carpet samples. So the Simpsons are having a Halloween party with Bart's and Lisa's friends in costume.
I love this episode.
Homer is dressed as Julius Caesar, who gets laughed at by the kids after losing his toga to a loose nail on the wall. Martin prances in as Calliope, the muse of heroic poetry, which makes
Calliope?
Nelson... What?
Calliope?
Calliope.
I don't know how to pronounce it. So I won't even bother trying. Which makes Nelson dressed as a pirate punch him in the stomach. Bart is dressed as the Alex from A Clockwork Orange.
Love that movie and book.
Grouse is over not going out trick-or-treating. Marge is dressed as Cleopatra the Seventh. Meanwhile, Treehouses of Horror, such great Simpsons episodes, according to John Mook. She gathers everyone around a circle for a party game in which everyone passes around various food items, such as peeled grapes, cold spaghetti, and a raw steak, pretending they're the body parts of a dead witch. Unfortunately, a gluttonous Homer, who is back in his normal clothes, ruins the game for everyone by eating everything, saying that it was an evil game.
Yo, we didn't get the eyeballs.
Not sure what to do, Marge asks if anyone has a scary story to tell, and Lisa, who is dressed as the Statue of Liberty, says that she has the story of a boy and his doll. I was like, oh, that's not so scary. A doll from hell! I'm gonna go to the store. So this is called Clown Without Pity. So it's Bart's birthday. After Grandpa gives Bart the money he got from the government, it's like, why'd you give this to me? I didn't earn it. I don't need it. But if they miss one payment, I'll raise hell.
Which is true.
Bart asks Homer where his present is. Homer runs out to a mysterious curio shop owned by a Chinese man who deals in bizarre and cursed items, as well as frozen yogurt, which he calls Froger. And buys a
That sounds
talking
good right about
Krusty
now.
the Clown
Soft serve frozen yogurt. God damn it.
and buys a talking Krusty the Clown doll. He's like, take this object, but beware, it carries a terrible curse. Ooh, that's bad. But it comes with a free Frogurt. That's good.
That's good.
The Frogurt is also cursed. Ooh, that's bad.
That's bad.
But you get your choice of toppings. That's good.
Good.
The toppings contain potassium benzoate.
That's
That's
bad.
bad. Can I go now?
Oh.
Homer comes home, slamming the door in Milhouse's face as he's playing pin the tail on the donkey.
I knew you'd get a kick out of that one.
And gives Bart the talking Krusty doll. Even though the Krusty doll says he loves Bart, Grandpa says, that doll is evil, I tell you. Evil!
But Grandpa, you said that about every gift.
I just want attention.
All right, I know where I can get clothes now. I just gotta find the place.
Are you talking about like the comic book place?
Mm-hmm. Hi, Elliot. You gonna say
While
hi?
Homer is watching a news report about Springfield's air now only being dangerous to children and the elderly, which doesn't concern Homer, despite that he has children and his elderly father is still alive.
You don't give a fuck about his dad?
The Krusty doll suddenly appears next to him. Homer pulls the string, and the Krusty doll declares that he doesn't like Homer and is going to kill him. Homer dismisses the threat until Krusty pulls a knife on him. Marge and the kids come in to see what's the matter. Homer tries to tell them that the Krusty doll tried to kill him, but they don't believe him. With Bart wondering if Homer is losing his sanity to mental pressure that he might not have in the first place.
Damn.
Homer begs the family not to leave him alone with the doll, but the Krusty doll cackles evilly, briefly stopping because his pull string needs to be pulled again, and begins his campaign of trying to kill Homer. While having a bath, the Krusty doll attacks Homer with a harpoon.
Hiya, fat boy.
Homer runs screaming through the house, passing by Marge, and as she and her sisters Patty and Selma have lunch.
Just makes him lose
The gruesome twosome are so disgusted they stop eating, and Patty says, "There goes the last lingering thread of my heterosexuality."
Foreshadowing.
Homer finds the Krusty doll sitting on Lisa's Malibu Stacy doll, or hitting on Lisa's Malibu Stacy doll. It's like, hey, baby, get comfortable. Relax. It's a little hot for that cheerleader outfit, don't you think? And tosses him in a sack full of dirty socks, which then gets chained up in a suitcase. Homer drives out to the local bottomless pit and chunks the suitcase into it. At the same time, a mafioso is disposing of a man named Vito, and another man is getting rid of a box of Whoopi Goldberg pornography.
What?
Yeah.
Homer returns home relieved, not knowing that the Krusty doll somehow found his way out of the pit and is chained to the underside of Homer's car. Before Homer can get inside, the Krusty doll attacks Homer from behind, covering his eyes as Homer runs screaming into the house.
Did you guys just see that?
The cop car gets destroyed.
Oh no, that wasn't
Not
the
me.
cop car.
What was it?
Random pedestrian car that somehow can hurt Smithers.
As the Krusty doll tries to drown Homer in Santa's Little Helper's water bowl, Marge calls the customer service hotline for the Krusty doll, which is 1-900-DON'T-SUE, and reports that the doll is trying to kill her husband. After waiting for an available clerk while listening to a Muzak version of Everybody Loves a Clown, So Why Don't You?, A Krusty Co. repairman comes over, and just as the Krusty doll is pulling on Homer's tongue, and the repairman says, "Well, there's your problem. Somebody set this thing to evil."
I love you, Homer.
He said, Homer, despite the abuse and violence the Krusty doll put him through, hugs the doll and makes him his personal slave, who serves him snacks, walks the dog, and has to put up with being buried by him, and gives Homer a sponge bath.
What the?
Despite being exhausted and disgusting
Elliot,
over waiting on Homer hand and foot, the Krusty doll is happy that he gets to return home to Lisa's Malibu Stacy doll that is nicer to her than before.
Wait, the doll can talk?
Not the Malibu Stacy one, no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the one I meant. Oh, fuck. That meter's dropping then. You know what? You can't say I failed. I'm gonna restart.
Okay.
It's like saying you can't fire me, I quit. Oh wait, no. You fired me so I can get unemployment.
Self just wants to hold on to their pride.
So the scene cuts back to the living room where Homer, now back in his Julius Caesar costume, tries to tell the story of a man who was killed by his beautiful dead wife, but the story bores the kids and turns out to be completely nonsensical, as Homer did mention that the man's wife was dead and that the man was killed by a golf club because he went golfing all the time and the wife didn't like it, when really the man who died went bowling.
But you said he was bowling.
Well, I wonder who would that remind me of, y'all.
Oh, you're right. That one episode.
Grandpa criticizes Homer's story, saying that he's copped up scarier stuff than that. Bart suggests that Grandpa tells the story since he has lived an interesting life. Grandpa dismisses Bart's claim, but remarks that he has seen a lot of movies. So this segment is called King Homer.
King Kong parody.
Yep.
The scene transitions into a black and white segment parodying the original 1933 version of the iconic monster film King Kong. Marge joins Mr. Burns and Smithers on an expedition to Ape Island to find the legendary King Homer. Upon arriving at the island, Burns betrays Marge and uses her as bait to attract the giant ape.
Oof.
When King Homer does arrive, he kills off a good portion of Mr. Burns' crew. Burns' attempts to sedate the ape with a gas bomb only succeeds in gassing himself, so Smithers tosses the grenade, finally sedating the King Homer. With the ape in his custody, Mr. Burns returns to America and presents King Homer to the press on Broadway.
All right, I'm gonna take a break from this for a sec.
That's fine. Ugh.
I don't think women and semen mix.
Oh, we all know your opinion, Smithers. The photographer's camera flashes enrage King Homer, who breaks free from his restraints. He abducts Marge and wreaks havoc, stepping on and eating many people in the process, including Shirley Temple, performing on the good ship Lollipop on Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
He attempts to climb the Empire State Building, but he is unable to get even one story above the ground. King Homer collapses in exhaustion, and Marge helpfully suggests that he eat more vegetables and fewer people.
Mm-hmm.
In the end, King Homer and Marge marry on the same day Dick Cavett is born, November 19th, 1936. The story finishes with the wedding and King Homer eating Marge's father, although Marge brushes it off as being cute.
Marge, I can't find your father.
Oh, Homer. So Marge enters the living room with a bowl of fresh fruit in place of candy.
It's nature's candy.
Much to the disappointment of the guests, a headless man enters the house and everybody starts screaming. However, it turns out just to be Ned Flanders wearing a headless zombie costume. Bart commends Ned for his prank. He's like, nice try, Mr. Flanders, but I have a story so scary that it will wet your pants. Too late. So this is called Dial Z for Zombies. The story begins in class, where Bart presents his book report to the other students. His book of choice, an A to Z alphabet book for preschoolers that he partially read. Miss Krabappel demands that he reads another book to pass the assignment. While in the school's library searching for another book, he almost picks a Where's Waldo book called Find Waldo Yet Again. But the picture puzzle book series has lost its creative complexity as Waldo can easily be found on an empty beach with a little kid pointing to him.
For you Brits, it's Where's Wally?
Bart notices the occult section and explores it. While in this section, he finds a book of magic and decides to use the book for his report. Bart goes over the chapters in the occult book he borrowed.
That on the first try, I have to stop. He does not stop driving.
But Lisa's too depressed to be interested. It's the 4th anniversary of Snowball the First's death. Or Snowball 1's death. According to Lisa, Mayor Quimby's beer-swilling brother Clovis ran her over. Bart looks for a spell in the book to raise the cat from the dead. After skipping past such chapters as how to get your skeletons their widest and selling your soul in a buyer's market, Bart finds the proper spell, how to raise the dead.
While we're wearing a Michael Jackson vinyl cover on his head.
Yep. And intoning the names of game show hosts and moderately priced department stores.
No!
However, the spell revives human zombies. Like, Bart, you cast the wrong spell! Zombies! Lisa, please. They prefer to be called the living impaired.
Not now, Elliot.
The zombies terrorize Springfield in gruesome and hilarious ways. Groundskeeper Willie is terrified, but doesn't let it keep him from maintaining Springfield Elementary's outdoor plants. Ned Flanders welcomes them into his home until he recognizes one of them as a woman who died named Sue Dokes. Dad, we did something terrible. Did you wreck the car? No. Did you raise the dead? Yes.
Yes.
The car's okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. A zombified Principal Skinner calls Martin Prince to the office to eat his big, juicy chess club brain. And Martin, being the obedient student, fearfully complies. Krusty the Clown gets attacked by a zombified Sideshow Mel while announcing the prize for his latest sweepstakes. And Principal Skinner somehow gets decapitated later with his head being used as a ball by a zombified Dolph, Jimbo, and Kearney. While all this is happening, the Simpson family has barricaded all the doors and windows except for the back door, which Homer completely forgot to do because he was watching TV. Several zombies break into the house. Homer tries to sacrifice himself to give the others time to escape, but the zombies ignore him when they pluck his head for signs of brains and find nothing.
Nope.
Lisa realizes that the school library must have a book that can break the spell and send the zombies back to their graves. The family runs to the car under the protection of Homer's shotgun. The Simpsons arrive at Springfield Elementary and burst through the doors with Homer gunning down the zombies of Springfield residents. It's like, Dad, you killed the zombie Flanders. He was a zombie? And he kills such historical faces as George Washington, Albert Einstein, and William Shakespeare.
Did he actually try to kill a live one? I can't remember.
Is this the end of zombie Shakespeare? Bart and Lisa successfully make it to the occult section of the Springfield Elementary Library. Bart finds another book of magic and casts
No,
a spell
fuck you, man.
made up of the
Sorry.
last names of TV detectives that accidentally turns Lisa into a snail, which Lisa never notices as Bart lies and says, "Wow, I never realized just how a beautiful young woman you've become."
Aww.
Bart finds the correct spell made up of the brand names of condoms and casts it upon the town, returning the zombies who were dead before the spell to their graves and also curing all those who were turned into zombies. The rest,
Would you love me
according to
if I
Mayor
ever was a
Quimby,
snail?
the rest, according to Mayor Quimby, are rotting corpses littering the streets. The episode ends.
Hold on.
The episode ends
back
with
in
the
my room.
Simpsons on the couch, relieved that they were never turned into mindless zombies, at least not by the use of dark magic, as the slapstick on television is enough for them to go, "Man, fall down. Funny."
Sorry about that. Elliot jumped the gate, and then he ran back in and...
That idiot.
Oh, trying again. He knows there's a dog out there that will chase him.
You just want
All right.
to make trouble.
All right, so this is called Itchy and Scratchy the Movie. So Homer and Marge go to the kids' school for parent-teacher night, with Marge reluctantly going to Bart's class after Homer's persistent attempt to see Lisa's teacher. Although Lisa is given a good review by Miss Hoomer, and Homer is even applauded as a father, by stark contrast, Mrs. Krabappel is appalled at Bart's bad behavior, which includes synthesizing a laxative from peas and carrots, replacing her birth control with Tic Tacs, shoving fireworks down the pants of a traumatized boy named Arthur, and bringing a crusty doll with a switchblade hidden in its head to school, and forces Marge to write on the blackboard, which Marge doesn't think is a good punishment. Krabappel tells Homer and Marge that a troublemaker like Bart needs discipline from his parents. If they succeed, that Bart will be Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. If not, then there's no telling how low Bart will sink, which in Marge's mind amounts to Bart being a fat, dead-eyed, sexually unattractive male stripper named Bang Bang Bart, whose women fans jeer him and pelt garbage at him.
I'm gonna lose my shit.
Get in my room, you stupid jerk!
On the car ride home, Marge becomes concerned about Bart's attitude and how Homer rarely punishes him. When they get home, they discover that Bart has broken Grandpa's dentures while they were at the parent-teacher meeting, and Marge wants him sent to bed without eating pizza as punishment. Bart seems to change his ways until Homer sneaks him some dinner, and Bart promises to be good.
Okay? You need to stay in here.
At the Springfield
No
Retirement
gate
Castle,
jumping. Do you understand me?
Grandpa tries to steal Jasper's dentures
No
in the
gate
middle of the night,
That naughty
thwarted by Jasper holding Grandpa at gunpoint.
And dangerous.
The next day, Lisa learns about the upcoming Itchy and Scratchy movie, and she and Bart immediately get tickets. Later, Marge and Lisa go shopping, during which Bart causes more trouble at home and tricks his father into not punishing him.
Oh, I can see the fucking casino.
When the girls return, Marge learns of what has happened and orders Homer to punish
I almost
Bart.
just lost that.
Dude,
And I
that was
almost just lost-
close, Phil.
Orders Homer to punish Bart the next time he misbehaves, as Homer agrees and decides to make the punishment stick. When Bart is asked to watch Maggie but doesn't, leading her to take the family car on a joyride and crash into the local prison, freeing several convicts, Homer angrily punishes him by forbidding him from seeing the Itchy and Scratchy movie for the rest of his life and tearing up his movie ticket. Bart asks Homer if he can have a different punishment, such as a spanking.
That's bad when you ask for a spanking.
But Homer
That's
refuses because he's still
mission
grounded.
ever.
After the film's release, Bart becomes extremely angry and jealous, sad, upset, and depressed that he fails to see the movie as everyone around him raves about it, with thanks to Homer. After 2 months, Marge and Lisa beg Homer to change his mind to let Bart see the movie because of Bart still being upset. Marge feels the punishment has made Bart learn his lesson, but Homer still refuses to ever let his son go because he already promised her about the punishment stick to make Bart Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Bart even sneaks over to the Aztec Theater to buy a ticket, but learns that Homer told the movie theater not to sell Bart a ticket 2 months ago. Then Bart was heartbroken and becomes even more depressed. 8 months and 9 Academy Awards later, the movie officially leaves the theaters. Bart sadly admits that Homer has won, but Homer explains to Bart that they both won, and that by using this punishment, Bart is in no doubt headed for a better life in the future. The episode then flashes forward 40 years in the future, where Bart, who now is actually Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, and Homer, now the senior citizen, walk down the street and see that a theater has re-released the Itchy and Scratchy movie. Homer believes that Bart has learned his lesson and his punishment is finally lifted, and the two enter the theater and watch the re-released movie happily together as Homer gets confused about who Itchy is.
Like that will ever happen.
Yeah.
That's your favorite episode, John? That Itchy and Scratchy one? All right, so this one is called Marge Gets a Job. So the far left side of the Simpsons house is sinking, and they have to raise $8,500 to repair the house. Against Homer's wishes, Marge gets a job at the Springfield nuclear power plant. The job was previously held by the newly retired, even though he did not want to retire because his dog recently died. He never married, and his job is the only thing that he has left in his life that keeps him sane and happy. It was only an excuse so that Mr. Burns can host a party. Meanwhile, Bart learns that he has an upcoming test, so he fakes a stomach ache, much to the skepticism of Mrs. Krabappel. It's like, Bart, have you ever read The Boy Who Cried Wolf? I'm halfway through it, I swear. Itchy's a jerk. From his office, Mr. Burns watches surveillance footage of his power plant, including workers limbo dancing, playing chess, and betting on a cockfight without enthusiasm. When Marge appears, however, he is enamored and begins a crusade to win her affection. He's like, that woman, she's so captivating. Smithers, my heart's pounding like a jackhammer. You look at his heart and it's barely pumping any blood. It's all blackened and everything. He begins to take advices that cheer up things around the plant. For example, Funny Hat Day and Tom Jones music, which doesn't work for a power plant worker who won't stop crying, a catatonic woman who drinks alcohol all the time, and a crazed man who just declared himself the angel of death. And is cleaning his rifle to do a workplace shooting. Bart returns to school, but when Mrs. Krabappel suggests that he do the makeup test, he goes, "Oh, my ovaries!"
You don't have any ovaries.
Ovaries, dude?
His broveries.
He's got testicular cancer.
Like, have you ever read The Boy Who Cried Wolf? I glanced at it. Boy cries wolf, has a few laughs. I forget how it ends.
Really?
It's
When Bart returns to school again, he's forced to take the makeup test. She scolds Bart for his behavior and tells his symptoms. Like, Bart, to avoid this test, you had smallpox, the bends, and that unfortunate bout of rabies. Which originally, when the episode aired, they used Tourette's.
Oh.
in the original episode, but they said, nope, you got to switch it to rabies. At Krusty Studios, the taping of Krusty's latest show is not going well. A wildlife expert is visiting, and with her is a large hawk that has clamped itself to Krusty's head, painfully, and a huge Alaskan timber wolf whom she warns is spooked by loud noises. Like, loud? That's the word of the day!
Oh god, he's pulling a Pee Wee Herman.
Yep. So the wolf becomes terrified and escapes the studio. The wolf runs into Springfield Elementary, where it attacks Bart outside the classroom. He's like, "Wolf! Wolf! Wolf! I'm afraid you're going to have to do better than that." The wolf's growling outside. Glass is breaking. He's like, "Sorry, no sale. You're wasting valuable test time." Finally, groundskeeper Willie shows up. I was like, "Hey, Wolfie, put down that hors d'oeuvre. It's time for the main course."
Oh.
Sorry, I had to pause to make sure Elliot was still there. He's loafing with his back to me, like the whole "don't talk to me, I angy" pose.
Oh, just give him a treat. He won't be angry with you anymore.
I'll have to get him that in a moment.
I can't help it. He wants to escape and play with dogs.
This dog does not want to play. This dog has a high prey drive.
Oh.
He cannot walk up to this dog and put him in a headlock.
Oh, right.
Anyways, so about a Scotsman fighting a wolf.
It's like, Bart comes back in the car. He's like, "Bart, I'm not even going to grade this until you tell me the truth about what happened out there. The truth is, there was no wolf. I faked the whole thing. I'm just going to lie on the floor now. Please don't make me swallow my tongue." He's like, "There, doesn't that feel better to tell the truth?"
No.
Oh, dear. It's like, "Now don't worry, boy. We're going to have to rub some garlic on you until the next full moon." It's like, "Oh, don't feel bad for losing. I was wrestling wolves back when you were at your mother's teat."
What is his? Really?
Wait, there's a cop's driving that. I mean, not surprising, but
You just ran over a sailor.
all right, this car is not very strong.
No, you're trying to take out a limo with that car.
You need that bus again.
Yeah.
Or just get the Plow King. So anyway, Burns tries to seduce Marge by kidnapping Tom Jones and asking her out to dinner. But when she reveals to him that she's married, he fires her. She threatens to sue him, and he's like, "You don't have to sue me to get my pants off."
That's sexual harassment, and I don't have to take it.
Yep, that's why she goes to Lionel Hutz with the sexual harassment claim. And he's like, "Mr. Burns, we've got witnesses and a paper trail a mile long." "Oh, yeah? Well, I have 10 high-priced lawyers."
Yeah, this is slow.
That's why I was suggesting the bus.
I'm getting the bus next.
So Homer stands up for Marge. He's like, "Mr. Burns, I ain't leaving until you apologize for what you did to my wife. You love her too." Damn right.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round.
So Mr. Burns offers Homer and Marge to watch a Tom Jones concert at his mansion to make it up for everything. And that's how the episode ends.
Come on, bus, tanky bus.
Grand Theft Auto Bus Edition.
Well, maybe that will be in part GTA 6. I mean, it does take place in Miami this time.
I'm like Gamer Releases. I want Grand Theft Auto India Edition.
Well, they would have to go out of America. Well,
Wasn't there a
technically the
GTA that was in Britain?
That was the first and the second one. And the third and fourth one were in New York.
Oh, fuck you.
Busted.
All right, now we go to an episode that was written by Conan O'Brien. This one was called New Kid on the Block.
New Kids on the Block had a bunch of hits. Chinese food makes me sick. No? Okay.
No, I don't know that song.
LFO Summer Girls.
So the Winfields, who are the Simpsons' next-door neighbors from the previous 3 seasons, are moving away to Florida, and they want to get away from the Simpsons because they see their family as uncivilized, especially Homer. And to help sell their house, the couple goes to Homer like,
I thought it would be more sturdy than that.
I think I was just getting really lucky by sandwiching it.
and she's like, Homer, when you go outside, can you please wear pants? No. Second, can you please bring in your jack-o'-lanterns from past Halloweens?
No.
No. And please bring in your garbage. It's attracting wildlife.
No.
Hey, Moose. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm talking to you. Get off my lawn. Now.
You might be a redneck if you're Homer Simpson.
Sometime later, Bart and Lisa explore the newly sold house, and they go into the basement. Bart scares Lisa away through making up how the Winfields had a deformed son they forgot to take with them. But a beautiful girl takes advantage of his prank and surprises him, which shocks him into unconsciousness. When he wakes up, the girl who checks up on him says that her name is Laura Powers, his new neighbor. She's like, she's beautiful. Say something clever. I fell on my bottom. No! Meanwhile, Homer watches an advertisement on television about the Frying Dutchman, an all-you-can-eat seafood restaurant run by the captain. And he wants to go there. Bart develops a crush on Laura. In the meantime, Homer and Marge visit Ruth, who is Laura's mother. After Marge gives Ruth a welcome to the neighborhood basket, which includes a gift for the man of the house, which is porno. But it turns out Ruth is both the mother and the father because she got a divorce. And she got custody of Laura. Meanwhile, as Bart and Laura hang out, Laura later taunts Dolph and Kearney, 2 of the Springfield bullies, when they try pickup lines on her. She's like, hey, baby, how about you put your finger in my ear? Well, I don't know. Your boyfriend looks like the jealous type. What? Let's get out of here. And then she pulls the whole swimming pool prank. I don't know if anybody's ever had this happen to them. But it's like, oh, you want me to read your fortune? Sure. Oh, wow, you're going to be rich. Really? Here's your mansion. There's the tennis court. She spits in his hand. And there's the swimming pool.
I know who voiced her. It was Sarah Gilbert.
Mm-hmm. Bart looks at his hand. He goes, I will never wash this hand again. Dad, make Bart wash his hand.
Oh my gosh, bubble buddy joke. Goes there.
Sorry, Lise. I no longer control the hand. The hand controls me. And I'm like, uh-oh. JoJo Part 4 suddenly came into my head.
Which one was it? Crazy, Noisy, Bizarre Town, Great Days, or
No.
Chase?
No, the stand, the hand. He's like,
Oh,
I no
oh
longer
God, yeah.
control
Oh
the
yeah, I
hand.
forgot. Okuyasu
Oh,
stand.
fuck. I didn't know that was going on. Oh,
Homer's trying to find a babysitter for them. He's like, hello, I was wondering if you could watch my little angels. Sorry, this isn't Daphne. This is her sister. I look after her now. No, Bart, put it down. Put it down, Bart. Bart, put it down.
Poor
So Bart,
Daphne.
Bart suggests Laura watch them. He's like, oh, I get it. Hey, Bart, it's the new babysitter. Let me tuck you in.
you know.
Tries to attack her with his spit hand, and then it just attaches to Santa's little helper. He's like, ah! Maybe it's time I wash my hand. Bart then takes a bath and dresses up like Hugh Hefner to impress Laura. When she arrives, they share dinner, and Bart even accepts to dance with her. Meanwhile, Homer goes to the restaurant with Marge, ignoring the fact that Marge is allergic to seafood. Homer orders the all-you-can-eat and literally eats everything. That man ate all our shrimp and 2 plastic lobsters. It is no man. That is a monstrous eating machine.
Don't put all you can eat on the menu.
Yeah.
No, they literally try to kick him out, and he's like, but the sign said all you can eat. And so Homer decides to sue the restaurant for
False advertising?
Yes, false advertising. With the help of a jury of obese people. Mrs. Simpson, what did you and your Mrs. Simpson, what did you and your husband do after you were ejected from the restaurant? We drove around until 3 a.m. looking for another all-you-can-eat fish restaurant. And when you couldn't find one, we went fishing. These look like the actions of a man who had all he could eat. No, that could have been me. So Homer instead negotiates with the captain and makes an out-of-court agreement, with Homer now allowed to truly have all he can eat in exchange for being put on display in the restaurant for publicity as that's his bottomless Pete, nature's cruelest mistake.
This is Homer Simpson we're talking about. He went to hell and ate a shitload of donuts.
Hoping to gain advice about relationships, Grandpa gets a birthday visit from Bart, who then tells him about his failed relationship with the oldest woman in the world. Later, Bart talks to Homer about the subject. It's like, I don't know. Remember, and Marge is like, I think you should be talking to Bart about love. Remember how you found out about sex? Oh, right. And then it goes back. He's like, Zookeeper, those 2 monkeys are killing each other.
Hey, that sounds like some weird people use something like that. It would happen.
Agree. Now I'm thinking of the zoo review. You know, the elephant and.
So it's like, well, Bart, a woman is a lot like a refrigerator. They're 6 feet tall. They weigh 300 pounds. They make ice. No, actually, a woman is a lot like a beer. They smell good. They look good. You'd step over your own mother just to get one. You can't stop at one. You want to drink another woman. 20 minutes later. So I said, yeah, you can find your money, because I don't know where it is, you baloney. You make me want to retch.
How'd
Oh,
you
later.
like a
Horse.
newspaper upside of your head?
What does a tattoo
I-
parlor ever do to you?
At night, Bart is called to a meeting by Laura in the treehouse, which Laura tells Bart the news that she's dating Jimbo Jones,
Oh, fuck.
who Bart feels both resentment towards him being the scourge of Springfield and is no good for Laura. And this is where the meme's like, hey, my shirt is chafing me. Mind if I take it off? That's where that meme comes from. So Bart decides to pull one of the very last prank calls in the entire series to Moe's Tavern. And he's like, Amanda Hug and Kiss. Hey, everybody, I'm looking for Amanda Hug and Kiss. Oh, why can't I find Amanda Hug and Kiss? Maybe your standards are too high. So Bart over the phone is like, my name is Jimbo Jones, and I live at 742 Evergreen Terrace. Ah, big mistake, pal. Bo pulls out a big knife and is about to kill Jimbo. And as he's about to kill, and as Mo's about to kill Jimbo, Jimbo's crying for his life, like, "Don't kill me, man! Please don't kill me!" And it's like, I wasn't gonna kill you. I was just gonna cut you. Forget it. Oh no, I better get back before Bonnie drinks all the beer.
Too late.
Laura decides to break up with Jimbo. It's like, I think we should break up. You're not the man that I thought you were. And Laura admits to Bart, if you were old enough to grow a very bad mustache, I would go out with you in a second.
And we never see her again.
Right.
Hey, and then the very last joke that has ever been told by Bart is like, hey, Ivana Tinkle. Hey, everybody, put down your glasses. Ivana Tinkle. All right, and this will probably be the last episode that we do, which is perfect because it's the Mr. Plow episode. All right, so a blizzard hits Springfield, so Marge calls Homer at Moe's and tells him to come home right away. Homer drives through the snowstorm and manages to wreck both of their cars when he rear ends
Whoa,
Marge's
look at
car
this
in the
guy. Look at this
driveway.
guy. His skin matches his clothes.
Maybe just shirtless.
It's probably hot outside.
He's pulling a Jimbo, everybody.
Wait.
Hey, my shirt is chafing me. Mind if I take it off?
I can't oh, there it is. I was going to say I can't kick him.
Oh, wait a minute. Now my pants are chafing too.
But we need a 5 mil house before we close up.
Unfortunately, he's not in this section right now. We have to.
I still want to kick him in the balls.
Okay. that wasn't-
Fine, you know what? Let's kick Jimbo again.
We don't have time. We have to find Bart first.
Fuck Bart.
Mission?
I don't give a fuck.
Of course, you don't give a fuck about the mission.
Yes, perfect for this episode. So as the cars are being taken away by the tow truck, he's like, all right, so before I give you the check, this place Moe's you were at just
They
before
run
you
him
left.
over.
This is a business of some kind? Don't tell me you were at a bar. But what else is open at night? It's a pornography store. I was buying
Oh,
pornography.
fuck.
Ah.
I don't know how to get on this boat.
Good luck getting on the Titanic.
So the insurance company pays the claim and Homer goes searching for a new car.
Oh, you
After
little
hitchhiking
bitch.
to a used car lot outside of town, Homer discovers that the only models they sell are Eastern European imports from the former USSR. And this is where the whole "put it in H" meme comes from. Homer takes the kids to a car show to get a new car, and this is where the meme, "Do you come with the car? Oh, you," comes from. At the show, the family looks at various exhibits showing the history of car companies and putting famous cars on display, with Bart finding a large amount of stolen cash in the glove compartment of Bonnie and Clyde's death car, as well as Lisa noticing that one of the crash test dummies in the demonstration for a German car company wasn't a dummy.
Okay.
Among the various displays, Homer notices that the original 1960s Batmobile with Adam West sitting next to the display signing autographs. And this is where the whole pure West meme comes from.
Rest in peace, Adam West.
Yeah.
What a great mayor.
You were a great mayor of Quahog.
It causes Adam West to go into a rant about how the newer Batman franchise is inferior, and he begins doing the Batman dance. Homer bumps into a display for snowplows, and he imagines plowing protesters at the White House.
Whoa.
A salesman talks Homer to buying the snowplow because he can afford the higher payments by doing plowing jobs on the side.
Time's up!
Homer buys the snowplow and starts his snowplow business as Mr. Plow. It's like, call Mr. Plow. That's my name. That name again is Mr. Plow.
Come on, Mr. Plow. We gotta do this.
With the help of a late-night TV ad, Homer's business is an instant success, winning the respect of the whole town. In recognition of the achievement, Mayor Quimby gives Homer a key to the city. Barney, who has been working at a succession of dead-end jobs, asks Homer how he can be a success. So Homer tells him to go out and be the best Barney he can be. The next day, Barney has bought a bigger plow and goes into business for himself as the Plow King. And with special guest Linda Ronstadt's help, Barney creates his own ad denouncing Mr. Plow as an alcoholic loser and steals all of Homer's customers.
Damn.
Mayor Quimby then takes back the key to the city from Homer and gives it to Barney. Homer decides to make another ad that includes a rap, but it's so bad that Bart and Lisa tell him to never sing it again. Desperate, he goes to the McMahon and Tate advertising to create an ad for him. Unfortunately for him and his family, the resulting ad plays out like a pretentious art film with no indication of what, if anything, it's trying to advertise. To get revenge, Homer tricks Barney into going on a fake plow job at the top of a mountain called Widow's Peak, offering $10,000.
Dude.
Uh-oh.
Barney accepts the job, much to Homer's delight. While Barney has gone up the mountain, Homer begins to plow driveways again. However, the news later reports that there's been an avalanche on Widow's Peak, which was caught on tape by amateur filmmakers creating the latest Fox special, In Search of Bigfoot, which had to be cut because the man in the Bigfoot costume didn't cover his wristwatch. Homer, feeling guilty, sets out to rescue Barney, and in the end they agree to become partners. Their claim that not even God can stop them brings about a response from God, which makes it springtime. Or actually just melts the snow, and Kent Brockman says it's the result of global warming. With no more business and no way to make the payments, Homer's plow is repossessed at the end of the episode, but that doesn't prevent Marge from enjoying Homer wearing his Mr. Plow jacket before they have sex. And that's how we'll end the show.
All right.
Well, it's another great episode, according to John Nuke.
Then we got like a part 2.
Oh yeah, we'll have plenty of parts. Yeah, we got about 3 minutes anyway, so...
Yeah. Let's see if Silph can actually get rid of this damn limo.
For once, I
In the
had
ch-
the
I know.
fucking car destroyed. You know what? Hold on. I'm getting the bus.
Yep. Gotta get Mo's, not Mo, but fucking Otto's bus.
Woohoo! Part 2.
Oh fuck! Where's the phone? There's the phone. I'm gonna get the bus.
Yeah, you want something with a lot of toughness.
And then restart. Oh, I clipped it.
Nice.
Oh, motherfucker.
You know, you had like at least you chipped him. Oh, what the fuck?
Whoa! That police
Nowhere.
car came in like that one ambulance game I played.
What the fuck was that?
You just
Wow,
came out
that
of nowhere.
driver's worse than you!
Oh, if only Circus was here, she would have seen that. It feels like one of those instances that you'd see, like, what are your Saints Row games, self?
Oh gosh, one of the original 4.
Or
Fucking reboot.
the one, I was talking about, like, the one where you actually were kicking the crap out of them.
Yep, you lost the limo. You're done.
No, you have to destroy it.
That's
just-
what I said. They lost the limo. They lost.
I gotta get away from the cops.
No, it's gonna. Be
I know,
too late.
but
Cops are gonna get you.
Let's just say Self did not lose. They're quitting.
I hit the redo button.
Oh no, we're not bringing up that episode.
We've
All right,
referenced
well-
this meme so many times, Joe.
Well, we're gonna have to end it now. So we'll have to wait until this last 2 minutes of this mission is done, and then we'll officially call it quits.
All right. Oh gosh, pressure's on me.
Come on, Self.
90 seconds of pressure.
Like that one Queen song.
Under pressure. 90 seconds of it.
Wow, you really are egging them on, aren't you? Come on. Ah. You almost sandwiched them. Ah, yeah. Besides, Joe, we've been out to this for like what? How many minutes? You almost got it, Self. You almost got
Come
it.
on, bus. Come on, bus.
Bus. Work your magic, Otto's bus. Yeah. Oh,
Fucker,
damn.
it's the wall.
Oh, how ironic. Some people would just say it's hitting the wall. Oh shit, oh
If
shit,
I
oh
fail
shit.
this, I'm just gonna.
Now you got the cops on you again.
Yeah, I don't got this.
Yeah, screw it.
Alrighty. Well,
Absolutely screw it.
Well, with that done, good show. We'll hopefully be back on. Hopefully, be back this week with the new computer installed. I gotta just figure out whether Wednesday is going to be good, because that seems like to be the ultimate time to do it. All right. Well, until then, hopefully I'll have an update, and we'll thank you everybody for tuning in tonight, and hopefully we will have Danganronpa on Friday. Can't guarantee anything, but I am going to try to do something about it. All right. All right. So I will catch you all, and we'll catch you all next time. Until then, good night, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Everyone take care.